Yo, what's up, guys? So we have a lot of spoilers to go over today. We have all the Bears, which if you haven't seen Matt Jersey, was floating around in Discord for a bit, and we actually Dan, if you haven't been paying attention to Twitter, Dan snuck in Barabog into Twitter just randomly the other day. So we got quite a few cards to go over today. So let's start it off. We have Earth Scout, a 1/3 fire for one. When this Earth Scout is destroyed in battle, you can special cast an Earth Scout, Urzmog, or Earthseer from your hand or deck in defense position. So all the cubs we're going to look at today refer to all the other cubs, and they all do different things to get them out. So, sorry, this is like Fire's Foamy, but with restriction. You can only find the other cubs with it. So 1/3, it's pretty much on par with the foam. It's a worse foamy, but it's in fire, so it's an option, right? There's not much too much to say other than that. It's like a worse foamy in fire. You go search out your other two guys. So this card's only really relevant to show you the other two for uh to see where it goes. So next you got Urzmog. So it's a 2/3. You can expend a fire to special cast an Earth Scout, Urzmog, or Earthseer from your hand in attack position. So this guy gets really interesting when you have multiples of him in your hand, because it basically is like Tadpuff, but again, it's limited in what it can do. So you can special it, you can play it, and then you can special another Urzmog to special another Urzmog to special like an Earthseer into play, which is kind of funny. So you can go like, if you have like a crazy opening hand with three Urzmogs, you can just drop all your Urzmogs into play, which is kind of fun. I think Urzmog might be the best of the three cubs because of that. Because it's like you can just swarm your board with Urzmogs and other bears with it, which swarming the board's always good because it allows you to go and ascend into things a bit easier. So I really like the Urzmog. Again, all their stats are kind of low except for the next guy, so they're not going to stick around unless you can do things with them, but it's cool to see, Fire get some interesting cards. Earthseer, 4/1 for one fire, and when it destroys an opponent's celestial battle, special cast one of the cubs in defense position. So, I mean, he's a 4/1, which is good attack stat for a 1-drop. 5 would be nice, but 5 would make this card a little too strong. And you'd probably use this to get an Earth Scout out, because if you get Urzmog out, your Urzmog is just going to die, probably. But if you get Earth Scout out, Earth Scout will get you another Earth Scout or Urzmog out, which will let you kind of move on to the next, ascension path, etc. So I think they're all really good. I mean, it's cool that this is our first kind of actual tribal situation with the cards. So all the cards go with the Majorsa, which we'll look up in the next. Um, but it's cool that they all kind of fetch each other out. They help each other out. They get keep your board state in fire, which fire doesn't do well coming back to a board state. Well, maybe they do fine with now Ignectar and stuff. I haven't really got a chance to test those out, but yeah, these three cubs are all pretty solid at just specialing things into play to keep your board a little bit wide. And the payoff, if you can get them all into play and get to Majursa, which I'll get to in a second, is you get a massive Majursa that protects all your little guys. So Majursa is a 12/12 for 3. This Majursa gains 2 attack for every of the cubs on your field, and all your cubs cannot be attacked or targeted by card effects while Majursa is in play. So this is your payoff for running, Bear Tribal right now. The only thing that's clunky here is getting Majursa at 3 is a little weird. So it's either you end up ascending by, basically sacrificing multiple cubs to get Majursa into play by ascending multiple into Majursa, but then you don't have Majursa protecting all the little guys, which is a little weird. Like, it just feels like the easy way to get Majursa out is to sacrifice all your cubs to ascend into a Majursa. And Majursa is your payoff for getting all the cubs out in the first place. So I think that's a little awkward, but If you can get multiple cubs into play and Murderous into play, Murderous is going to clear out whatever their big defender is, and then you're just going to get a bunch of little guys attacking that your opponent can't deal with efficiently. So I think it's a really cool tribe. It's our first actual tribal card besides maybe Drataya and Latagon for like Ambrosia Gapple tribal, but it's a cool concept, and I definitely want to mess around with. I guess it's probably gonna be like a mid-rangey like fire deck with these four cards, and then you probably run like two Medursas and three of all the other guys, and the rest of like standard support package stuff. Be interesting to see what you can do with it. And then the last card, which you've only seen if you keep an eye on the Twitter consistently, is Barabog. So Barabog is one of the community naming Elestrals. It's a 3/7 for 1 Earth and 1 Water. And whenever your opponent casts an Elestral or Rune without using Earth or Water, they have to expend 1. So this is basically just taxing your opponent 1 extra spirit every turn. At 3/7, it's probably going to stick and play for a turn, but I think what makes this card good is if you get into play on, let's say, turn 1 with a Tad Puff, in order for your opponent to like remove this efficiently, your opponent can't remove this efficiently. Basically, like if you get this into play turn 1 with a Tad Puff into Barbog, and your opponent boom bats it, your opponent has to pay 1 for the boom bat, and then disenchant the boom bat. So now they just went down 2 spirits and an Elestral for your 2 spirits and Elestral, and they kind of break even. And then you have the priority back with playing creatures back in play again, or Elestrals back in play again on your next turn. Or you play this like a mid game, protect it, and your opponent maybe doesn't want to Nog now because now the Nectary Gods is going to be 3, or now their Shield Achilles is going to be 3, so now they're spending 3 to get rid of something. I think Barbog is deceptively good if your opponent's not in Water Earth. If your opponent's in Water and Earth, this card is the first card you take out of your deck because during your sideboard stuff, because it's not going to do anything that's a Water Earth deck. But against every other element, this card's going to just tax them so much, and they're not even going to realize how much they got taxed. So yeah, it's not much really to say more about Barabog. I think these are all really cool cards. I'm super excited to play with them some more. I'll get them in TTS later today, or later today, or maybe before this video even goes live. Obviously, I have my images ready to go. They're a little washed out, as you can see with this Barbog. It's a little faded, but I got the best images I could. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys all in the next spoiler video, most likely. I don't have anything else planned at the moment, unless I get some gameplay in. So please, I appreciate any likes, subscribes you guys give me. And you guys all have a great day. Peace.